Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 11 of the course about attacking chess. Now, have some of you heard about AlphaZero sensationally defeating at that time the best computer program Stockfish with a huge score? Well, that was obviously a very big event that happened a few years back, and a lot of people were very impressed by AlphaZero's games. And one of the concepts that AlphaZero has demonstrated is that this push H4-H5 in a lot of positions is very interesting. H4 or black playing H5. That it's more interesting than it seems at first. In this chapter, we're not necessarily going to see AlphaZero's games or the way AlphaZero did it, but we'll see actually this idea of playing H4 in positions with hanging pawns, which is no less interesting. And the first game that was really kind of symbolic of this theme is the game between Razovayev and Farago. Razovayev is a well-known Russian trainer who unfortunately recently passed. And Farago Ivan is a strong Hungarian GM at that time. And once again, this was started like an isolated pawn. But sometimes isolated pawn positions turn into hanging pawns positions, because sometimes black takes on c3, and then you go from an isolated pawn position to a hanging pawns position. And after b6, rook e1, bishop b7, it looks like black kind of got what he wants. And now it's going to be much harder for white to play d5 or make a rook lift or do any of these things, because white has exchanged some pieces. And this is a different type of game. However, now white has a brand new attacking idea that, let's say, was not existent with isolated pawns. And the idea is h4, which Razovayev demonstrated, a very strong idea, which puts black's strategy into some doubts. And white has a very strong attack after that. It's a pawn sack, but a very well-worthy pawn sack. So what can black do after that? So first of all, what's the idea? White wants to play knight g5 and queen h5 and stuff like that. And he's not worried about the d4 pawn, because now it's defended by the c3 pawn, which is why it works very nicely in hanging pawns positions, but not so much in isolated pawn positions. So black in the game played knight e5. What else can he do? If he goes bishop takes h4, white will take and play rook e3, rook lift. And threatening rook h3, white has very dangerous initiative here. g6, rook g3, queen here, bishop g5, and bishop h6, and so on and so forth. Very strong attack.